Blog Talk Radio.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Food for the Soul with Chef Ramon Weldon. I would like to thank Diamond for the intro music. How was your weekend? A shout out to Ruby Weldon Gatson, James Gatson, Dr. Sandy Hill, Stacy, Jennifer, and Jason, and to my niece and nephew. Check me out on Blogspot at Food for the Soul. Follow me on Twitter at RCW112. And email me at RCW112@yahoo.com or Gmail at weldonr12@gmail.com. If you have any feedback or anything you would like to say to me, please email me. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Please call me at 646-915-9934 if you have anything you would like to say or ask me about. I hope you enjoyed the ride on Food for the Soul. I hope you enjoyed last week with R-Star out of Columbia. Food for the Soul menu: cheeseburger, meatloaf, fried cauliflower, peanut butter and jelly cupcakes, drink Red Russian. Food for the thought for Food for the Soul: when you know better, you do better. Today I'm going to take it to the next level. Today's show is going to be called World War III. I just sent out some emails, but did not get any response, but that's okay. I'm not worried about that. The world is in a battle, and so are you. I'm not talking about any kind of battle. You're in a great battle. You're in a battle with yourself daily. One thing I found very disrespectful and outright nasty is twerking in church. I just don't think it's that great of an idea. Making a video to put on YouTube, I understand YouTube is the newest thing out. Well, not the newest thing out, but I know a lot of people are getting a lot of hits and a lot of responses on YouTube for making videos. My problem is not with the video. Yeah, my problem is with the video and the videos that you make. You have to understand, you pass all the strip clubs in the world to go to the church to get video twerking. I mean, I have no problem with you twerking. If you got a nice badonkadunk and you want to shake your behind, it's cute. Nothing wrong with that. But in the church, and you got the evidence of it, you doing this in the church, how disrespectful are you as a woman to get dressed up in something low-cut and sleazy and trashy and come up with the idea, you know what, I'm going to go to the church to dance by the altar, by the pulpit, with the preacher trying to get the word earlier that day. You decide to do this in your day because you want to get famous for doing nothing. but shaking your behind. I mean, there's nothing wrong with dancing. I love dancing. I think it's cool to be a stripper. I'm not judging stripping or none of that. I'm just saying, you get yourself ready, call up one of your friends to do this in the church, of all places, the church. What would your grandmama say about this mess? You know, hey, baby, what's wrong with you? You don't lost your hair? You okay? Don't tell me you on that stuff. Baby, you on that stuff? My grandmama voice, excuse me. It's not cute. It's scary that people thinking this is a good idea. And as I said, World War III. It's a war going on in the church and out of the church. We got people blatantly going out of their way to disrespect God's house, and it's wrong. It's not right. I know you want to get famous for doing nothing, but you have to put your work in and making these videos and getting all these hits. And you ever read the responses? A lot of people don't think it's a cute idea, but you. I mean, so what? You get 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 10,000. 11,000 hits, but half of them saying you're an idiot. How do you feel about yourself? Number 2, stop making videos your baby dancing. I done talked about this before. Smartphones with dumb mamas. Why are you putting your child on display like this on the internet, the World Wide Web, where anybody can see your child, a baby, is doing dancing to grown people music, and you think it's cute. Yeah, getting a lot of hits, but think about this. How many of these people are kidnappers, pedophiles, child molesters, rapists, and need I go on with more of this? But you put your child out there on display on YouTube. You think it's cute. I mean, yeah, it's funny at that moment, but you have no idea who's watching this video of you doing this. I mean, you sure you laughing about it? You got giddy about it? You think, I'm grown, this is my child, I do what I want to do. Yeah, but how many children are adopted every day? Plenty. Is it a good thing? No. But you have to be on guard as the parent to protect your child from the dangers of this world. So putting them on display on the internet, thinking it's cute, yeah, why is he on this subject again? Because I see it still. It's crazy. It's dumb. It's not. Please be wise in all the decisions that you make for you and your household. What kind of man you think going to date you after you done went to the church and twerk? What kind of man going to respect you as a mother for putting your child on YouTube displaying her dancing? Ain't nobody going to respect you. Some of your closest friends should say, baby, honey, I don't think that's a good idea. But anyway, number 3, get some self-esteem about yourself. Yeah, I talk about it in probably 21 episodes. Self-esteem is everything. If you had good self-esteem about yourself, you won't put yourself on display like that. Yeah, I watch the videos. I mean, some of them, they look nice. Some of the girls do got skills. But I'm just saying, I noticed one thing also. I'm not going to, I know this might get a lot of rip or whatever. I noticed one thing. A lot of women that have low self-esteem will put themselves more on display than women that feel good about themselves. Anything that of value, you don't have to worry about it ever going on sale. High-end stuff don't go on sale. They do not reduce the price. Winter, spring, summer, fall, it stays the same price throughout the whole year. It does not change. I mean, self-esteem has a lot to do with all these problems. If you knew you felt good about your body, in your body, you won't be out there half naked on the internet for the world to see, to judge you. I mean, sure, dude's going to love it. I mean, I love it. I ain't going to lie. If you in your thong, in your heels, in your bra, flipping, twerking, whatever you want to do and shoot a video, I'm a grown person. I can watch this. But what does that say about you? Because any dignified woman with education and self-respect for herself would not do that. She could do that in the privacy of her home for her man to see, not for the rest of us to judge or look at. I mean, I'm not knocking it. You do what you want to do. You grown. If you want to get naked and make videos, I'll watch them all day long and give you pointers. Hey, I don't think you need to do that. Do a little bit of this. I mean, on the hindsight of things, if you feel good about yourself as a parent and you teaching your kids to do the right thing, to be respectful, to get an education, to be a good product citizen, do the right thing, you would not choose to make a video of your baby dancing. You would think that's crazy. But once again, self-esteem has a lot to do with all these decision-making processes that go on in your brain. What does have to do with World War III? A lot. I just talked about some of the wars that go on between yourself to make decisions that affect you and other people. Because remember, not only do you see this video that you put out there, but everybody else see this video. You might get an interview for a job one day. The thing that might keep you from getting this job and going up to the next income tax bracket is they seen the video of you fighting, stripping, dancing, saying, doing anything you want to do. It feels good at the moment. But remember this, you're going to pay for it if somebody else see this. You might not pay for it today, but you pay for it tomorrow. Stay in school. Education is the key to the good fight. When I say that, education paves the way for you to get out the situation you're in. Education will not make you rich overnight. It's steady. You're going to have to put investment in. You're going to have to put time in. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to go to another place in life, there is no overnight success. I mean, sometimes it happens, but 99% of the time it don't happen. Everybody's not going to be a pro basketball player, pro football player. Not everybody's going to do this. Education will only secure that you have some kind of job security. I'm not saying it's always going to guarantee you a job, but it will help you get to another place where you can compete for a job. That's all you want is a level playing field. So young people, get your high school education. It's free. The bus come to your house to pick you up, take you to the school. There you get breakfast, whatever you do in the morning. But anyway, they bring you back home again. And all you got to do is get it, and it's free. You don't have to pay for it. They don't have to pump you to get it. It's free. But when you get to college, that's when the classes start getting ridiculously high. We're talking a couple of $1,000 for each class. And what else do you have to do but get an education as a young person? You don't have no job to go to. You don't have no kids to take care of, or you shouldn't have any kids to take care of. It should motivate you to know that, okay, my parents struggled to get me to this point in my life. And what do? Drop out. Because you think, I'm going to get rich selling drugs, or I'm going to get rich doing this, or I'm going to get rich doing that. You're not going to get rich overnight. And when you do make the money, what you going to do with the money once you make it? You don't have the education to sustain. Hello?
Hi, it's Dr. Sandy. How you doing?
Hey, stranger. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank God. I love what you said. I did a little bit of that on my show about Miley Cyrus twerking on MTV. It's just getting out of control, isn't it?
Oh, yes. I watched the videos like last week, and I was telling one of my friends about it. And I noticed something about these girls. I'm not trying to talk about anybody's weight, but I know weight and self-esteem has a lot to do with this. Because if you feel good about yourself, and you're confident in your looks or your beauty, and you're educated, you will not put yourself on the video in your house naked, in heels,
that's true,
working.
Mhm. And your listeners should know that they're starting to get them younger and younger and younger. So I love what you're saying, and I had to call in to let you know that I'm proud of you and I'm proud of the show, and keep giving people what they need, the food for their soul, because it's not all about food, but it's about what you do and how you live, because it's important that a lot of the people, they see things on TV and they immediately go and duplicate it, but they have to ask themselves, like you said, what would your grandmother say? Or to go into church to twerk, it makes no sense at all. And then we're getting to a point where we don't have the responsibility anymore. We don't have the responsibility of being responsible, of, putting our children in check or putting someone in check. You have to do that because, you can have to say, not in my house. You have to stand up for your rights, because it just seems like everything is going in a handbasket, that you like to say, on the way to hell.
You're a single parent, right?
Yes.
You have a daughter, I think, right?
She's a teenager, yes.
I mean, how would you feel if I seen a video myself, I seen a few of them. These little children are like 5, 4, 3, and the mother have them dancing, twerking, and whatever. I think to me personally, I see so many children getting molested, raped, kidnapped. It's all over the news and everywhere. So my thing is this, as a parent, would you want to put your child on a display for a child molester or a pedophile to watch it?
No way. I tell you, because when you're starting to do that, you're letting the child realize that it's okay to do that. And usually young girls or teenage girls or women don't look at little girls twerking. The men do. The boys do. And so when they shake their butt like that, they're telling them, come to me or something like that. So you're inviting those raunchy type of men or boys to come to scoop your child up, and it's not right. And then, when something happens, then you try to look back to see how could this happen to my child. Well, as a parent, you have a responsibility to shield your child, to make sure that nothing goes wrong and that they have the right self-esteem, they have the right consciousness. And when you have a child that's twerking at 5, when they grow up, they're aiming to be a stripper. They want to be the best twerker. They want to be the best stripper. They want to be the best person on the pole. And, you're setting your child up for destruction. That's what you're doing.
I talked about it a couple of times, but every time I just get disgusted when I see these girls go twerking in church, or it's just wrong. When did God House became a strip club?
Well, yeah.
When we was growing up as kids, we were taught to do better. You couldn't even cuss on the church ground.
Right.
Now they're making videos and making the evidence so you can see the stuff. So what you been up to? I haven't talked to you forever.
I know, just, finishing up my cookbook and doing radio, and about to shoot some TV spots and shows, and just getting the word out about eating right. Well, my practice is doing well. I just got a testimonial about 2 weeks ago from a person, a gentleman who had prostate cancer, and we had given him the herbs, and now he's cancer-free. And we have someone that was stricken with colon cancer, diabetes, hypertension, and we were successful in giving them the right herbs, and now they have a clean bill of health. We had an 81-year-old woman out of Indiana who her arteries had collapsed, and we gave her the herb and got permission from her cardiologist, who was fitting her for a stent. George Bush Jr. had a stent put in his heart several weeks ago. And a stent is just like a little piece of metal that they put in your artery or your heart to expand the artery after it's collapsed. But after we did her with the herbs, she went back 2 weeks later, and her cardiologist said that she had the arteries of a 20-year-old. So we give God the praise and the glory for what he's doing through us and through the herbs. and continually getting the word out. You're going to be seeing some big stuff happening with what we're doing in a little while. I got 2 phone calls today with some major publications. And so we just give God the praise and the glory for everything that he's doing through us.
So what kind of recipes you have in your cookbook?
Well, I'm thinking about going raw 2014. I've been sampling some raw foods, and they taste really, really good. Basically, they're dehydrated foods that are not cooked. And one of the things that I tried was the kale chips. They dehydrate the kale leaves, and they put vegan cheese and vegan garlic on it. And you can get that at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, all those health food stores. They sell them earth fare. And so I was able to get, after 7 years of not eating candy, I was able to get some chocolate made out of cacao beans, not real chocolate, but it's cacao beans. It's just like the chocolate bean or the cocoa bean, the pure bean. And it doesn't have sugar or anything, no dairy in it. And a raw chef friend of mine, she makes like the turtles, and she makes cheeses and things like that, and they don't have any dairy, any sugar, or any gluten, which I'm dairy-free, sugar-free, and gluten-free. So
I know you
I've been testing a lot of raw foods, but lately,
like the new trend or something?
Yeah, it's been around for a while, but not a lot of African Americans to test it, because we like to grill our food and barbecue. So it's a change.
I got some ribs in the refrigerator now.
But the last thing I tried was I did a brown rice tortilla shell. Normally it's made out of corn or flour, yes, but it's made out of brown rice, and you steam it. And then you can put your chicken and your avocado and your pico de gallo or salsa, and put some, if you want to add some more brown rice, add more brown rice, and put some beans, and make you a fat burrito out of brown rice tortilla. And it's healthy and it's good for you.
You said raw foods is that's like what, mostly vegetarian stuff, or?
Yeah, mostly vegetarian. Yeah, they make meatless meatloaf. And it's just a take on regular food, but people who are vegetarians eat raw food. And it's just really fun to eat, and you try to guess what it is. And normally it's very pretty. And so your listeners can Google raw food recipes, and they could try it and see how they like it.
I'm interested in Googling raw food because I'm curious.
It's fun, and you should try it because it's very, very healthy. It's one of the most healthiest foods on the planet.
And how long has this trend been going on? Is it like for years?
Well,
or?
Yeah, it's been underground for probably about 20, 30 years, I'd say, but now it's becoming popular because so many people are having illnesses related to food, like hypertension and high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes. And if you get a raw food sugar, which is like raw agave nectar, they usually use a lot of the cheese. They make the cheese out of nuts instead of dairy. And so all of those sicknesses.
Nuts?
That's right, and it tastes just like cheese. You would not know the difference.
No, cheese is cheese. I don't care what.
No. I'm telling you, I was a cheese freak before I went on my detox and lost the 250 pounds I lost. I would put cheese and ketchup on everything, and you could not fool me. But I'm telling you, raw food cheese, the vegan cheese, it will fool you. It will definitely.
How much does the cheese cost?
Well, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's worth it for your health. You could probably get like a container of vegan cheese for about $4 or $5, as opposed to maybe $1 or $2 for processed cheese. Yeah, but you don't have to worry about becoming overweight. You don't have to worry about getting diabetes or high cholesterol from the butter or the dairy that's in it. And so it just goes a long way. They make their spaghetti out of squash. They make their mashed potatoes out of cauliflower, and you've seen that before.
No, I haven't. Usually potatoes. Cauliflower. You blowing me away with this news. We got to talk more about this one because I'm like, what?
Yes.
This stuff is nuts and berries.
Yes, I'm telling you, it is so good. It is so good for you, and it tastes so good. So that's why I'm thinking about going on it immediately, because I got a hold of some sugar. The other day I had some sugar and mayonnaise. I think Hellman's put sugar in their mayonnaise, and I didn't realize it. And now I feel like I have a cold, and that phlegm is coming out. But, you know, had I gone with the organic mayonnaise, I wouldn't have had this problem. But it only takes 4 days to come out of my system, so I'll be fine. It's about 2 more days.
Are there a lot of raw restaurants in New York or city areas?
All over. They're all over. Especially in New York and California, you have a lot. And I believe that they're starting to pop up in Atlanta. So you have an open field in South Carolina to do your research and start your first raw food. That's what I was about to ask
you, because you know the South always be the last to catch on to. I'm from South Carolina. You are too. But you know, when it comes to food and everything, for years, you know what they say: the more meat, the better. The collard greens have everything in it. Collard greens.
Yes. And you know, when you have good collard greens or good kale or cabbage, those vegetables have a tie to an organ, and they help the organ. Like kelp, which is seaweed, helps the liver to detox, and it puts the iodine in your body that helps you fight off diseases and builds up your immune system. So whenever you're eating something that's healthy, is always a benefit to the organ that's trying to do its job. But sometimes the organ...
I was telling her, like, blueberries and fruit, the one that stay on the bush the longest was the one that fought off the disease and are stronger. And
that's true.
If you eat those, your body, like you said, your body take those so that make your body stronger.
That's true, because a lot of times when I was, when I talked to a 4th-generation farmer, he was telling me that most of the farmers, they're under a deadline when they have a supermarket, and he always did his stuff for the farmer's market where there was no pressure. But when you have a contract with the supermarket, you have to take the fruit off the vine or the tree early, even before it's ripe, and you put it in the back of the truck, which is gassed all the way to wherever it's going. And they gas it to make it turn red. If it's a green apple, to make it a red apple, they have to put gas on it. And that's not healthy for us.
I heard about that. A lot of the egg, like white eggs are not even white. Now, a lot of people are going to like people that sell fresh eggs because the white eggs in the store shoot with a gas to turn them white.
Yeah, that's true.
And I found out that individual quick freeze is actually nitrogen shoot on your vegetables or your chicken or whatever. Nitrogen is not that healthy. You know what nitrogen is? It's a gas. It's not healthy.
Yeah, it's a gas. That's right. It's a gas that harms you and hurts you. And we know brown eggs are the best eggs anyway, because I've never seen, and I grew up on a farm. My grandparents had farms. I've never seen a hen lay a white egg. So that kind of tells you right there. We talked about this last time. When you ever get a seedless watermelon, you got to ask yourself, well, where did the seedless watermelon come from if it don't have seeds? Because you have to put the seed in the ground to grow the watermelon. So if you're eating,
I love seedless watermelon.
Yeah, but you have to find the ones that have seeds in them because they were made in the ground, and the one that has no seeds was made in the plant. So you want to eat the plant that comes out of the ground, not in a plant or a lab, because that's genetically modified food. It was made in a lab by man, and God put all the food on the earth for us. He says, let your food be your medicine and your medicine be your food.
That's true.
Yes.
It's
so
a
there's
fruit
no
and a vegetable
nutritional
for every
value.
disease.
Right. There's no nutritional value in eating GMOs, genetically modified foods. So if it was made in a lab, there's no nutritional value because they can't duplicate nature. Man cannot duplicate nature. He can grow nature, but he can't duplicate it. So if you're eating, now there are many, many benefits for eating watermelon, but you won't get one of the benefits if you eat a seedless watermelon because there's no value
in. Oh,
in
you're my feelings right now. Because that's the first thing I go to the store for, seedless. I actually have bought. I'm serious. That's what seedless is what I love. I've been eating seedless for like years now. Because in the industry, we use seedless watermelons for everything, for decorating fruit platters and whatever, because they don't have any seeds in them. And usually people don't know what to do with the seeds when they eat the watermelon.
But you can eat the watermelon seeds because they have a nutritional value as well.
Say what?
Just like, that's right. Did you know that in a peach, when you get to the seed, if you crack open that seed, you crack it open, and that's where you get almonds from. An almond is sitting in the peach seed. That's where you get almonds from.
You make me feel bad. I went to school for this stuff, and I'm getting schooled. This is not right.
Well, when you know better, you do better. Now you know.
Yeah, but you had to come on the show and make me feel bad with the seedless watermelons and the raw food. I mean, but you've been good with the trends and everything. I give you that, and I think nowadays with medical bills and everything else, you're right. Eating healthy. I did not know eating wrong could cause you to get Alzheimer's. I never knew that until I did the research, and it's true.
Yeah, that's right. Also, what can help with, when people use deodorant that has aluminum in it, causes eventually a sheet of aluminum to compile under your brain, and that's what Alzheimer's is. It's a blockage, and that's a sheet.
Aluminum
it's like a
detergent. Deodorant?
That's right. If you look on any deodorant that's in the shelf, you will see aluminum is the number one ingredient. And you're putting it, and you're blocking all of your pores, your lymph nodes, and it's going up into your brain, and it's going to put a sheet of aluminum over your brain, and it's going to cause you to think slower, and eventually you're going to lose your memory and things like that. So the alternative.
What kind of soap or detergent do you? What kind of? I didn't know that. I just pick up what I like. So, what kind of deodorant would you recommend using without the aluminum to be healthier?
Anything that's natural. You would look for like the natural crystal ball. You would look for Tom's that doesn't have any aluminum in it, and also things like shampoo and body wash. If it has something in parentheses called SLS. Sulfurite, it's a long name, but SLS is the most toxic ingredient on the planet. They use it for antifreeze and battery acid. They mix it with to make a toxin to clean off stuff for cars. And we put it on
again?
our body.
I'm writing this. I'm writing notes. Like what? S and who?
It's SLS.
SLS.
Yes, it's a abbreviation for an ingredient, and it's very toxic. Also, you want to get some toothpaste that does not have fluoride, because if you look on the back of your if you look on the back of your
fluoride was the thing you're supposed to buy.
No, fluoride is a type of uranium, and they used to use uranium back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. To make atomic bombs. That's leftover uranium that they don't have anything to do with it, so they put it in the water and they put it on the toothpaste. Now, if you look on any toothpaste tube, it tells you.
Have fluoride in it.
No, not only that, but it tells you if you ingest it or you swallow it to call poison control. It's on every single toothpaste.
Is what you use to brush your teeth with. I use it all the time. I'm not.
But
I'm not
you
being
have
slow.
to get it.
I'm just saying.
No, But you have to get a toothpaste that does not have fluoride. You have to get a toothpaste, or you can use good old-fashioned baking soda.
Wow.
Good old-fashioned baking soda and some coconut oil. And you can mix that together and put it in your toothbrush, and you will get the same result.
No,
it'll be cheaper for you, too.
The reason why I asked that, because, you know, we got kids and nieces and nephews and kids, we say, brush your teeth before you go to bed.
Yeah.
So you're saying we actually poison our own children with fluoride?
That's right. We're killing our children with fluoride.
When I was in school, I remember they used to give us the mouthwash thing, and they have fluoride in it.
And the pill, that pink pill to swish around in your mouth. They used to hand that out.
Wow. I did not know that.
I'm looking at a toothpaste tube right now, and it says, do not swallow. Why would you put something in your mouth if you're not going to swallow?
You accidentally swallow all the time when you're brushing your teeth. It's just it's just something that happens.
That's right. So these are little tips that we need to make sure that our community knows about, because it's just killing the people. It's just killing the people. A lack of knowledge is killing our people, and it's very important that we take these things and we implement them in our life and in our family, in our community, and then overall the nation will be a better place. We used to hear about people living to be well over 100, but now, you know, people are not making it to 30 and 40. I have a client that I just released just over the weekend, 28-year-old girl, and she has 5 of her 12 systems out of whack because she got that lap band. And so I'm telling you today that if you don't eat right, you're not going to make it, because the foods that are processed.
Lap band I thought was a good thing. I mean, a lot of people are doing gastro bypass, lap band, and all that stuff to lose weight.
That's not good for you, because if God needed your stomach to be in half, He would have made you that way. And the lap band causes your digestive system to go in reverse. Instead of you pooping out your food, you throw it up. And that acid begins to erode your stomach, and you have ulcers, amongst other things.
They make you do the reverse.
That's right. You have to throw your food up sometimes, because if it goes in reverse, it's not going to be pooping out. It's going to be throwing up.
You didn't think your body was designed to go backwards?
No, it was not.
So basically, you're spending thousands of dollars to kill you.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, I know people now saying they want to get gastro bypass surgery done to lose weight. I never got it done because somebody told me they had got it done. They said their body went haywire after. I can't afford to get worse.
That's true, and it will get worse.
It caused them to be allergic to dairy, nuts, and other stuff that they wasn't normally allergic to, but somehow it messed with them and made them not. I mean, they lost the weight. They look really good, but it's a side effect to it. That's not great.
That's true. I remember when I was doing my detox with the herbs, and I was losing weight, and I went to a party, and Star Jones was there. And she had just gotten her bypass surgery done, but she wasn't telling anybody. I think she just told people. I admitted to it a couple of years ago. But she looked at my plate, and I had a pile of food, all the foods that I could eat. I could eat 1,000 pounds of it and still not gain any weight. And I was loving it. And she had like 2 string beans, 2 peas, and maybe 3 carrots. And she looked at my plate. She said, God, I wish I could eat like that. But whenever you are restricted from anything, you're going to want it more and more. So I would say go the natural way to lose weight. Start with eating the right foods, not necessarily raw, but even if you eat regularly, make sure that it's real food and make sure it is not processed. Lay off the fried food. If you want to get that feeling, that crunchy chicken feeling, you can still fry your chicken, but just don't put the flour on it. Put a lot of nice seasoning, salt on it, and fry it in the frying pan. Use coconut oil instead of canola or instead of vegetable oil, because there's no such thing as vegetable oil. What vegetable do you squeeze to get oil? So it's not real oil, and it causes you to put on pounds. And so
I know, you know what? It sounds like I'm not having a good common sense moment, but I never really thought about it. Really, I know peanut oil was always good. Olive oil.
Yes, peanut oil, olive
oil.
Yeah, vegetable oil is no such thing. It's just something to, make the calories go on and have your cholesterol go up and your high blood pressure go up. So if you don't want to give up your fried chicken, just take the flour off or use brown rice flour. But once you fry your chicken in seasoning salt, you won't know the difference. It's still going to be crunchy. It's still going to be tasteful. It's still going to be good. Instead of using baked potato, piling on the cheese and piling on the sour cream, use butter-flavored oil. Your taste buds won't know the difference. You can fool your taste buds, and if you still want bacon bits, put the bacon bits on, but, put some vegetables on there too and stretch it out. You can do a lot of substitution, and your body will begin to tell the difference. Even if you never take a herb, if you eat the right foods, like cutting out white flour, white bread, white pasta, and going with the brown rice, going with the brown flour, going with the brown pasta, brown rice pasta, you can't tell the difference. It's no difference. So those are some things that your listeners can do to see themselves lose weight. And I could tell you, if you take out bread and pasta, white bread and white pasta out of your diet for 30 days, you will lose 15 pounds.
I did that before. I lost weight real fast. I took out everything white.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of my friends
told me
about she took everything white. Take everything white out. I love pasta. I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking about cooking some today.
Well, use brown rice pasta. And they come in spinach brown rice pasta, tomato flavored brown rice pasta, and you won't know the difference. The only difference is that you cook it faster. You can only put it boil it for 15, 16 minutes, because otherwise it starts to get mushy and it turns back into regular rice. But if you cook it for 15 minutes and you drain it and you put your spaghetti sauce and your meatballs, you will not know the difference at all. And those are some things that will help you lose weight immediately until you can find a naturopathic doctor or a holistic doctor or someone that can help you with the herbs. You can always do that, substitute for the right foods, and it will make a difference. And you should lose weight within the first week. You'll see the difference. And when you have pants that are too tight, when you eat right, they start to get baggy.
That's true. A lot of health tips coming from today. I learned a lot.
Yeah. And, no one knows food like we do in St. George. We grew up on Tasty Twirl and Batum Chef, Duke's Barbecue. We know what it's like to eat good. And then, everybody and their grandma had a hog. They would butcher the hog, and they had a smokehouse, and they had, stuff in the field, and we have Piggly Wiggly and Food Lion and all that stuff, So I grew up on real food. But my grandfather used to say chicken in the yard is the best. But we didn't like it because it didn't come out of the grocery store. But now we know that the stuff that they grew was the best food because it didn't have any pesticides. It didn't have any antibiotics in it. And when you shoot up a cow or a pig with steroids, that makes them grow faster, so the farmer can get more money and take the
have you noticed
pig
the kids
or the cow
are bigger than what we were when we was their age? Like the kids now are grown at 9 years old. They were in
that's right.